Hey there, I'm Matt, and welcome back to 10 Minute Story. Today we're diving, sniffing, into one of the most fascinating senses in the animal kingdom, the sense of smell. Have you ever wondered how your dog knows you've been sneaking snacks? Or how a salmon can find its way back to the exact stream where it was born? The answer lies in their incredible noses. Compared to us humans, many animals experience the world through scent in ways that are almost unimaginable. In this episode, we'll explore how olfaction works, the differences between humans and animals, and the mind-blowing abilities of some of the greatest sniffers on the planet. Get ready, because this story truly stinks, in the best way possible. Let's start with the basics. Smell, or olfaction, is the sense that allows us to detect chemicals in the air. When you inhale, odor molecules travel into your nose and reach a patch of tissue called the olfactory epithelium. There, they bind to special receptors that send signals to the brain, creating what we perceive as a scent. Humans have about 5 to 6 million of these smell receptors. That sounds like a lot, until you meet a bloodhound who has over 300 million. But smell isn't just about numbers. It's about how the brain interprets those signals. Our olfactory bulb, the part of the brain responsible for processing smells, is relatively small compared to other species. That's why, while we might smell cookies, your dog smells the flour, the sugar, the eggs, the butter, and maybe even the emotion you were feeling while baking them. Let's meet some of the world's top sniffers. Dogs. Dogs are the rock stars of smell. Some breeds, like bloodhounds, have been bred specifically for scent tracking. A trained dog can detect a single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. They can also identify diseases like cancer or COVID-19 by sniffing sweat or breath samples. Bears. You think dogs have good noses? A polar bear can smell a seal from nearly a mile away, under several feet of snow and ice. Grizzlies can pick up the scent of food from over 18 miles away. Elephants. These giants don't just have big trunks, they have powerful noses too. Elephants have more olfactory genes than any known animal, and they can detect water from over 10 miles away. Salmon. Salmon are scent-guided GPS machines. Born in freshwater streams, they travel to the ocean and back, sometimes thousands of miles, guided by their nose, which remembers the unique chemical signature of their birthplace. Moles and star-nosed moles, living underground doesn't stop these creatures from sniffing out prey. The star-nosed mole, with its bizarre tentacled snout, can detect and react to scent cues in milliseconds. And we haven't even mentioned snakes, which smell with their tongues, sharks, which can smell blood from a quarter mile away, or moths, which can detect a mate's pheromones from 6 miles off. So where do we stand in the grand olfactory competition? Well, not last, but we're definitely not winning. For a long time, scientists believed human smell was mediocre, but recent research suggests we're better sniffers than we thought. While we can't compete with dogs, we can distinguish over 1 trillion different odors. That's right, trillion. But most of us never train or refine our sense of smell, so it goes underused. Our noses do play important roles in taste, memory, and even emotional response. That nostalgic scent of grandma's cookies? That's your olfactory bulb talking to your hippocampus and amygdala, the brain's memory and emotion centers. Let's geek out for a second. Smell begins when airborne molecules bind to olfactory receptors in the nasal cavity. Each receptor is like a lock, and the odor molecule is the key. Humans have around 400 types of olfactory receptors, while some animals have over 1,000. These receptors send signals through the olfactory nerve to the brain's olfactory bulb, which interprets the pattern and sends it to higher brain areas to recognize and respond. Fun fact: smell is the only sense that bypasses the thalamus, the brain's relay station, and goes straight to the brain's emotional center. That's why smells can trigger such vivid emotional memories. For animals, smell isn't just a tool, it's a lifeline. In the wild, smell helps animals find food, like wolves tracking prey. It helps them avoid predators, like mice smelling fox urine. They use it to locate mates, like moths following pheromones. Some even navigate, like pigeons smelling their way home. And animals communicate too. Just think of elephants sensing social changes through scent. Humans use scent in similar but more subtle ways. Pheromones, for example, may influence human attraction and social behavior, although the science is still being debated. Hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the science of smell, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling me your weirdest or most powerful smell memory. I'd really love to know what scents shaped your story. Alright now, back to the nose. So, what happens when the nose doesn't work? Humans can, experience anosmia, which is the loss of smell, due to infection, injury, or age. The COVID-19 pandemic, well, it brought global attention to this condition, with millions losing their sense of smell temporarily, or unfortunately permanently. In animals, a damaged nose can be a death sentence. A wolf that can't smell, well, it can't hunt. A salmon that can't detect its stream may never reproduce. But sometimes, having a poor sense of smell is an evolutionary trade-off. Birds, for example, traditionally weren't thought to rely on smell, but hey, we now know that some, like vultures or seabirds, have excellent olfaction. We've all had that moment, haven't we? A whiff of sunscreen and suddenly you're back on a beach from 10 years ago. Smell is, well, incredibly emotional. Studies show that scent-triggered memories are more vivid and emotionally intense than memories triggered by sight or sound. And why is that? Because of that direct connection between your olfactory bulb and your brain's limbic system. Animals, too, associate smell with memory. Dogs can remember people by scent alone for years, and elephants, well, they've been known to recognize the scent of a relative after decades apart. Here's where things get wild. Technology is now trying to digitize smell. Scientists are developing electronic noses, devices that can detect odors for use in medicine, agriculture, security, and more. One prototype even aims to help detect Parkinson's disease before symptoms appear, just by analyzing a patient's scent. Meanwhile, companies are working on ways to add scent to digital experiences. Imagine watching a cooking show and smelling garlic and basil through your screen. The future might literally smell amazing. And researchers are studying the genetics of smell. Why some people hate cilantro, spoiler, it's in your genes. Or why you can smell asparagus in your pee. Yep, that's a real field of study. From the moment you're born, your nose starts shaping your world. For animals, it's a superpower. For humans, it's a subtle but essential part of how we experience life. Whether it's a dog tracking its owner, a bee locating a flower, or you catching a hint of your favorite meal, smell connects us in extraordinary ways to the environment and each other. So the next time you inhale the scent of rain, coffee, or an old book, remember, your brain is doing something ancient, powerful, and deeply emotional. And the animal kingdom? They're out there smelling things we can't even imagine. If this sniff-filled journey opened your eyes, or should I say nostrils, to the wonders of smell, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more curious stories, and tell me, what's the one smell you could never live without? Thanks for watching 10 Minute Story. Every day, a new pill of curiosity. See you next time.